Hey, you guys, welcome back to another Ching reading. In case you're new here, we like to read the Ching, the book of changes. This is kind of like Chinese version of tarot, a book of Chinese fortune cookies. Not to be disrespectful, this is a little bit of a joke. Let's go ahead and do a sound check. This has become one of my most favorite books and one of my most favorite practices that I'm incorporating on this reparenting journey because I just love these readings. I'm so addicted to them. Again, in case you're new here, I came across this work from. Just switch the thing so I can see. I came across this from the research of Carl Jung, who relied on this.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Yes, there we go. Who relied on this quite significantly during his process of the Dark Night of the Soul. For his process of individuation, which of course he is known for. That is his research endeavor. So now let's go ahead and create our hexagram. It's a 6-line image that you do by doing calculations. In case you're new here, you can check out the first two videos that I did on the I Ching, and I'll explain how you do the mathematics. Again, in case you're new here, you can find this text in the public domain. You don't have to purchase it because this is like ancient text. So yeah, feel free to check that out and enjoy it. My hair is crazy today, guys. Ooh, crazy. I need to do some work on this. Okay, so here we go. Heads is times 3 because 3 lines for H, and tails is times 2 because only two lines for a T. Always do this to remind myself. And so then we have 3 times 2 is 6. And so that means that we have a changing line on the first one. Even numbers have a line with a gap in between. And odd numbers have a solid line. So let's go ahead and complete these things. Oh, got 2 changing lines today. 6 again. Okay. So I think this is going to be something new because you haven't had this before, guys. Oh yeah, let me so you can see the process. It's like basically you just take the 3 coins, you roll them. All right. So now we have 2 tails, 1 head. So you got 2 times 2, 1 times 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a odd number, so there's going to be a straight line. So you can see we had the first bottom, that we had a lower trigram already. Excuse the notes on the back because you can see the image shining through from the one that we did the other day. But this is one. So we had the first trigram. Now let's continue to do the other 3. Here we go. Let's see. Again, we had the same thing, 7. Solid line. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 more. 5, 6. We had to get 6 lines to get the hexagram. Let's see. Now this is 2 times 3. 1 times 2. 6, 7, 8. Even number. So that's going to have a gap. And now we have 1 more left. I really love this book, y'all. I'm so addicted. Okay, so we had the hexagram 2 times 3 and 1 times 2. 6. Oh, it's the same thing. 8 again. So here we have our hexagram. So we had 2 solid break, break, solid, break. So now let's look at the table to see which one this refers to. Again, you can find this in the public domain. This translation I really do enjoy. This is the chart in case you're new here and haven't seen that. So these are how you map the trigram, the hexagram to each individual trigram. So this side is the lower trigram. So again, you're going from bottom to top when you do this. So when you're rolling coins, you write from bottom to top. And then the top one is the upper trigram, which are the top 3 bars, based on how you draw it here, right? So now let's look and see. My hexagram is the bottom 3 lines. It's like a break, solid. Again, reading from the bottom, going up. So now we want to find the lower one with 2 breaks and a solid. 2 breaks and a solid. Do you see it? It is called Ken, mountain. It's here. You see how that maps over to the one that I just drew? And then we'll do the same one for the upper trigram. So it's 2 on top and then a solid on bottom. And that is, I think this is thunder, chin, thunder. So now you go in between and you find which one that you're actually reading. So let's see, we had a bottom was what? Kun, mountain. Kun means mountain. And the top trigram is chin. So that's just hexagram 62. So you just like do the mathematics, right? I'm going back to some mathematics. So we're going to read 62, y'all. And because here, again, you read from the bottom to the top, those lines. So the first line at the bottom where my finger is covering is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the top. So that means because we have a 6 here, that means that's the changing line that we're going to read. So once we take this hexagram, we find which one we're going to read based on this trigram analysis. We'll then find the hexagram. And then for whichever lines that you have arrived at either 6 or 9, then you will read those changing lines in addition to the hexagram that you pulled. And so because they're at the bottom, those are the first and second lines. Again, you always from bottom to top. I think this might be a new one. I don't think I've read. Oh, I did read this before. It's folded. So that means at some point I've read this on the podcast. But before, when I first started, I didn't really understand the full process. So I was just reading. Them basically, based on my own understanding. So now that I understand the process more, I'm doing these videos to kind of walk you through the process and see maybe you can use it to support you on your journey, because I really have been finding a lot of benefit with this. I'm feeling more connected to the energy. I'm getting a lot of readings that are very accurate to my life. They're speaking directly to the situations that I'm encountering and experiencing on a day-to-day basis. And so let's read hexagram 62. And if you see here also, you'll see again, just to do a last confirmation, you always want to do a double check. You will see that my hexagram here corresponds to this one. So that's how you can double check to make sure you're doing the right thing. So guys, let's go ahead and read this hexagram. Okay. Xiao Ku, I don't know how to pronounce that in Chinese. Doesn't really matter. Preponderance of the small. In a great storm, the wise bird returns to her nest and waits patiently. This is a time of difficult and dangerous conditions. You should not be seduced into struggling, striving, or seeking solutions through aggressive action. Success is met only by waiting modestly for the guidance of the creative. Trying times are a test of our integrity and commitment to proper principles. The ordinary person reacts to challenges with fear, anger, mistrust of fate, and a stubborn desire to strike out and eliminate difficulty all for once. While the temptation to act in this way can be great, to do so can only lead to misfortune and a loss of a hard-won ground. The way of the superior person faced with difficulty is that of non-action rather than action. She does not strive after recognition or resolution or attempt to gain a higher position by conquering others. Instead, she retreats into her center and cultivates humility, patience, and conscientiousness. On the path of acceptance, self-inquiry, and self-improvement, we obtain the aid of the creative and meet with the success after the storm has passed. Again, a very, very relevant reading to what I'm experiencing right now. I think that not only what I'm experiencing, I think this is pretty relevant for the entire world. I'll just leave it here in case you want to take a screenshot. Again, just as a reminder, you can find this book, this text in the public domain because it's ancient. So you don't have to even buy this book if you don't want to. Just Google the I Ching. There you go. So now we were supposed to read again because we had 2 6s on the first 2 lines. That means we're going to read the first 2 changing lines. You call these changing lines. Okay. So the first line, trying to fly before it is time causes one to fail. Hold to non-action and allow the creative to do its work. Okay. The second line, the situation is not ready to be solved. The way is shown to one who waits modestly and patiently. Okay. Again, similar to the reading that we discussed yesterday, it seems that this is about, again, I will show this because we read the first two lines in case you want to check it out in your own time. Yeah, trying to fly before it is time causes one to fail. Hold non-action and allow the creative to do its work. The solution is not ready to be resolved. The situation is not ready to be resolved. The way is shown to one who waits modestly and patiently. And so this is very it's really applicable to what I think that we're all experiencing right now in the collective chaos of the world, how things are actually happening in terms of this energetic shift. People are feeling pretty stressed collectively. A lot of change is going on the individual and collective levels. And this reminds us fighting against these dangerous conditions. I don't think that is suggesting timidity, but it's suggesting that we don't strive with force for certain issues, and as opposed to that, we just kind of rest into it. You know, let me Google and see what I can find. Is there some extra information here? Because I'm trying to do this analysis, and a lot of things are coming to my mind. Okay, so we're gonna look up this. So I just did like a quick Google on this. This is called the preponderance of the small. Signifies that success comes through attention to detail, modesty, and steady, small actions rather than grand, ambitious leaps. It's advised handling immediate, minor matters with care and humility, as acting too boldly or seeking large-scale results now will likely lead to failure. And then this is kind of strange because it says acting too boldly or seeking large scale results. So this is kind of at odds to some of the other texts that we've read, notably the 48 laws of power enter life with boldness, because bold action is what this world, perhaps on this plane, prefers. But if we're going back to this spiritual text, it's talking more about the higher principles, the higher self, not the efficiency of working on this plane with things as they are. But again, rising up to that higher level of consciousness and understanding. And so I think that's what we listen to Vernon Howard explaining. You know, if you listen to the advice of the devil, you will gain on this level of the plane, because Satan is the prince of this 3D dimensional world, right? But those principles only work efficiently on this level of existence. But this is not the ultimate level of existence. There's another mental and spiritual level in which that we can align and then have even greater success in this physical plane. So is that temptation about taking the correct action? So the key meanings that they said here are the power of small actions, focus on small tasks and modest progress. Large ambitious undertakings are not favored at this time. Modesty and care. Success is achieved not by overextending oneself. The focus should be on practical, careful actions rather than impressive displays. Symbolism, thunder over the mountain, represents a bird's cry. A flying bird should not try to fly higher, but rather focus on landing, meaning it's safer to descend or stay grounded rather than trying to rise too high. And for the application, they say that in work and life, focus on routines. That's funny because our weekly theme is building sustainable routines, detail oriented work. It is time to be practical and careful, not aggressive. So, again, this is encouraging us to examine our humility. So, avoid pretense and grand gestures. A modest approach is the most effective way forward. Exercise caution. Do not push forward recklessly. Uh, current situation, the current situation requires caution and taking one step at a time. And I think that's true for a lot of us. What we're experiencing collectively, so much change, so much division, heat, tension, conflict, strife. And so when we're able to not strive against this and rather to relax into it and allow the correct solutions to come to us or come to us through us also, then we'll be better able and qualified and equipped to take the correct action in light of the chaos that we're all experiencing. So again, I really appreciate this reading. I hope you did also, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.